Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, people. Hello. Hi. How you doing? All right. Salubrious. Happy Father's Day, people. Daddy, Father's Day, Papa, hombre. You know what I mean. Happy Father's Day, Seaman. Yes, we appreciate you. I was like, wow, I went on the UNIA conference today, and all those men were there. And you know, I was like, wow, after we hung up, I'm like, we didn't say Happy Father's Day. You know, I am a woman that want to advocate love his feet. So don't get it twisted. Happy Father's Day. Okay? For real. Oh, wow. I want to address family people. Naguzo Saba. Man, did you tell your children how you were there to see them come into the world? It is important. Did you know that here it is, you are a part of that X and that Y and that X onyx? Yes, it is you, the men. Women, we are the X, blessings. And men, you are the YX and the XY. Don't get it twisted. Anyway, I was like, wow, I wonder if the men today who had their children and were holding them. And yes, there were some men holding their children. And I should have put out a big old shout out. If you didn't get it today, you got it right now. Happy Father's Day. Man, yes, we should have all the balloons and all the trinkets. The woman said, oh, I'm cooking food for my husband. Doesn't he get that all the time? You should have took him out to have some dinner, and we had some booty shaking and all that too. Anyway, today is Sunday, June 15th, 2014. My name is Irene Ratliff, Regal Street Meat Company. Street Meat Company is a nonprofit organization seeking partners and sponsorship, such as the listening audience, meaning those who's listening and you have interest in, you know, participating and all that kind of stuff, please. We are looking for people, good people now, don't get it twisted, to help ameliorate goals that can improve our community. Listeners, you can call 646-564-9776. Street Meet the Point, we are on air up to 120 minutes daily at 11:30 p.m. By the grace of goodness, we are on Blog Talk's premium package, and we would like to maintain the package. Now, let me make sure Blog Talk on radio, the online station. Don't get it twisted. We need donations. Yes, we do. If you'll look on there, there's a range of prices. They're just telling the truth. I would like for somebody to go ahead and pay for it, and then it's like, yay! I don't have to worry about it. We can do up to 120 minutes daily every day. But as I said before, we are kind of on this package, the premium package, and we are enjoying it because sometimes there is news for the day. Now, if you notice, I've been working with the music. Well, I kind of started early today. I ain't gonna fake to you. Happy Father's Day. I don't want to be on the phone that long today. I had a long day. It didn't seem like much, but I guess it was, I did some paperwork today, and there were some other things I need to do. Anyway, please visit our websites at www.streetmeet.biz and www.meetup.com/street-meet. Okay? www.streetmeet.biz and www.meetup.com/street-meet. Street Meet Mingle will be Sunday, July 6, 2014 at 2 p.m. Yes, I need to go back over there in the area. Southwest Library, hoping to see you there. You know, we were doing some projects. Matter of fact, I need to do I have to look at my calendar every now and again. I need to have me an organizer and stuff like that. This is why your donations work. Yes, we do have administrative work. Yes, I need to study and do this and do that and try to get all these things collectively one place, one another. Try to work with people who also have that same interest, you know. Sometimes the thought is, wow, you know, you can do this, you can do that, but let me tell you, there is 24 hours in a day. Okay? It really is. It's 24 hours in a day. I think that if I have to question anything, it would be probably moving from one place to the next. And because I'm more on public transportation, okay? So it's like I'm going here, I know that, and went somewhere else. And so I'm, going here and going there. I don't have an issue with it because when I was driving to the train station and parking and going down to town, or downtown. And I was like, yay, I had my little card and everything, which I do my breeze, you know how it go. Anyway, www.streetmeet.biz. Yes, only electricity. And www.meetup.com/street-meet. All right. There are so many things to do. When I say that, I mean just that. I ain't jiving turkeys. I'm like, what in the world have they been doing? What in the world have I been doing? What can we do to help improve this? For some reason, anyway, I'm going to go into that in a few minutes. There are so many things to do, and we value your support, and we encourage our listeners to get involved with their local associations, neighborhood club associations, know your politicians, okay? I'm like, Keisha Bottoms. People are like, who? I'm like, I know that's right. We holding it down like that for you, supporting Keisha Bottoms, okay? Don't get it twisted. Join your libraries, read and research more often. Locate the local law library and build relationships, because that done went somewhere else. The reason why is because pertain to citizens in your area, okay? Build relationships, pertain to the citizens in your area. Because these people, they have a misconception of certain things, and I ain't gonna fit to you. Okay. Happy Father's Day. Join the park and recreation departments. Ooh. There are so many things to do and be involved and have the know. Did you know that we can, wow. There's a good look at, now this is a park area, a park. Like some of these other places look like recreation. And even though they're fixing the area, I don't know if they added a swimming pool or what, but at Oakland City, when you go off on Campbellton and you make a right turn on make a right turn on Oakland, I think it's Place or Avenue, they have a park that sits right there on the left. I'm going to let you know right now, that's kind of parkish. It's like a park. Hey, yay! Once we kind of upgrade from, we're going to keep Naguzo Saba Park over there at the Southwest Library, on Cascade. That belongs to Naguzo Saba. But when we start actually doing certain other things, they had the big gazebo or park bench area. They had, it was covered where we can barbecue and all that kind of stuff. And then we can, there's a park area. We can have the jumpers and all that kind of stuff. Hey, somebody said, well, we have to I'm like, honey, we can go on over there and have our little music, our little drink. Get our neighbors involved, people. hey, y'all, we're going to be over here, we don't want to, I don't know if the music, we're going to be drumming and all that kind of stuff. Invite the neighbors. Hello? Okay. I'm like, when did we have to get rules to go to the park? No, we just go to the park. Okay, what's up? Wow, really? Anyway, yes, we found a park. Oakland, right there, convenient walking distance from the Oakland train station. Now somebody was saying, well, we have, I don't know, I do like nature stuff. I do like to see things a certain kind of way. I have to go over there and look at the West End Park to see if it's if it meets that kind of style or look. I'll go check them out. But yes, Oakland. It was dedicated to Reverend somebody. Don't get me to fibbing, but it was Reverend. I saw Reverend, and I saw Oakland City Park. Yes to that. Okay. All right. Okay. So I did today. I got up. Like, yay! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. For some reason this thing. Anyway, I ain't gonna go through all that. But anyway. I just knew there's some things to do, and as I said before, I had paperwork, and I had to get these things together a certain kind of way because, I have the stack of stuff sometimes, and stuff is like I just be collecting, you're going here, and you're going there, and most all of that junk is, to me, is important, so I try to keep up with it and organize it. And I'm like, yeah, for real, I need to create the folders, like, for the week or for the month. I don't know if I should do, well, if I organize, like, if I put it, in numerical order, once I get the material, I just put it in there, I guess I won't have to worry about it. But right now, I got some things kind of put together. I think that's what I'm going to do. When I go to these different events every day or however I go to them, I ain't going to feel to you time, me managing blessings, managing certain things because there are some things and places I want to go here and there, and I have to understand what is the difference in going to an event and networking. Because the thing is that I want to network? Yes. I do want to meet people. I have to understand what the difference is. So sometimes when I go places, I'm like, oh, I'm going to tell them all about Street Meat Company. But sometimes it's just not fitting in a particular place or area. So I ain't going to feel to you. Sometimes I walk in, I enjoy the event, and, I don't, and sometimes I go and I speak to different people, I have to, I guess be around, company of this is, so guess what? I'm upgraded! Yay! So do you mean, Miss Irene? We have Ladette Enterprises, right? Okay. So I was going through some classes. We do have Ladette Enterprises. Ladette Enterprises is affiliated and associated to True Amelioration. Those ideas, there is business oriented. So the thing is Ladette Enterprises. Yes. Yes, Ladette Enterprises. I like it. I think I like that better than Ratliff Enterprises. I like Ladette Enterprises. Because when I was traveling, I was like, I have this Ladette package. Okay, there was a list of things up in that thing there like that, see? Anyway, I am interested in the global community. I want us to kind of I want us to create community wealth, okay? Some other changes that I made on the meetup.com when people join in, yes, we own the 10-10-50. Is it 10-10-50? Okay, I need to ask them to pay 60 to 10. $60. Y'all pay $60. Yeah. So anyway, I'm like 10 hours a week, $50 a month for real though, y'all, because the thing is just that. There is, if you look on there, I'm here and there, I'm trying to understand why I really haven't established the amount of people that I was interested in. People signed up on my meetup. If they wasn't working, I ain't gonna fit to you. I'm like, hello? And so somebody, the matriarch, Miss Joy, she said, you need to get these young people. I'm like, I know that's right. I ain't gonna fib to you. Right now, that's just the truth. we have these young men, and I'm like, people care about your pants hanging down on your buttocks, okay? And it's not a matter of, it's just for real, approaching them and saying, blessings, hey, yes, you are vital. Yes, you are worthy. You know what I mean? Those group of young men like that, we have a hope. Don't get me misunderstood. I think there have been a successful amount of men, thanks to Russell Simmons and the NWA and Luke Skywalker. Okay? Here it is, Puff Daddy and all them too. And don't get it twisted. Is it Gary Gordon? Is it? Yeah, him too. Chi-Town, Midtown, what is that? Detroit? Yes. So when you look at the entertainment industry, yes, okay? But somewhere in there, we have to look at all those young men who's all of them hip-hoppers and all that kind of stuff. I mean, don't get it misunderstood. I mean, it's just like 30, 40 years of just a hibernation of young men who have not pursued a college education. When we look at the numerics of and the statistics of our urban community, who you want to blame that on? Okay, hold up. For real though, young men, there's things out there. So I'm like, they was talking about them children. I said, well, where's the football players and the basketball players? What kind of music they listen to? What do they really care? You got these folks trying to sell bad stuff. What we listening to? Anyway, you know what? She was right though. I mean, I'm like, well, what about you? I mean, for real, don't get me misunderstood. Elders, y'all the business. But when it come down to creating the torch and then carrying that thing, who are we going to? I ain't gonna feel to you. Maybe those young people feel like they've been left somewhere else. And I don't know. I think that maybe I will, kind of communicate certain things. I'm not gonna be creating my little flyers anymore. I think I want to spend more time communicating with different people. But it's just almost best for them to come and attend the street meet mingle. But of course, hey, if you can, I don't mind talking to you about it or that person about it, And I think when we look at, what happened and what has been created in terms of, man, for real, you be like, look, can you please listen to Blog Talk Radio, I was looking at this thing on Eventbrite talking about, well, here it is if you talk to yourself, it wasn't talking about schizo, but it was, I'm like, I know that's right. Sometimes it's like talking to a brick wall. Do you hear me? Anyway, like I said, I had to make some phone calls. I reviewed some paperwork, and I did. I called several people today, and like I said, I had the advantage to go and speak with one of our matriarchs, Joy, and she creates copper jewelry. And I wanted to, she creates copper jewelry, and I was asking her about the Naguzo Saba so we can get the bracelets and stuff going. And yes, we want to be able to get out there and sell the Naguzo Saba bracelets, please. We're looking, she was like, well, she felt she could do some of them. The thing that I had an interest with, though, is creativity. How will we create the creativity? So her concern was is that it's, it's lined a certain kind of way, and she didn't want that to probably, bother anybody. So I was like, okay, well, if we put it on squares, on a little plank or whatever, could we put the imprint of creativity? Now that would look good as a necklace. Don't get it twisted, but if it could sit by itself. So I'm like, well, maybe we could put some rubies in the middle. So I'm like, well, if it's a little trinket and it's small, some of them bracelets would be looking like it look. But if, create different, maybe rubies or blessings or, diamonds, I don't know. You have to think about the stone. Matter of fact, how about just some wood beads? That would be good. Not wood beads, but you know what I'm saying. We got to upgrade. But if we was able to make that round and maybe use iron or something, that's it. And then we can, it has the circular, and then all the other things can stem off of that. That is because that aspect of creativity. Yay. Yes, yes, yes. So anyway, I know out of all of them. And so she was saying that for Kujigu Jalea, the self-determination one, that we wouldn't, she had to use the torch. And I'm like, oh, man, we just need to, make that thing happen so we could try to raise some money and stuff here and there. And yes, I mean, she was already looking at it, giving it a price. Okay? So from her estimate, now, I'm always like, make it affordable for us to be able to purchase it. But, okay, it's affordable. All right. Meaning that is what? Is, okay, a part of our heritage. Okay. Naguzo Saba. Like I said before, we spent some time looking at Naguzo Saba, though. Now, again, we have the principles, and Naguzo Saba is the head. Okay, we know Naguzo Saba means 7 principles. Okay, so we just call Naguzo the head 7. We ain't near Naguzo Saba. Wow. Anyway, we're looking at that, and I was trying to explain to her, I was like, well, if we can get the bulb, because that's what it is, it identifies electricity. And I was like, wow, that would be really, really good looking if it was just wired. You know what I mean? And then if you look at the neck area, that is actually the twist of the bulb. Okay? So I was like, okay, we can have that a certain kind of way. That's there. And if that could just look like wire, wow, that's good looking. Yeah, I would like to see that. Oh, gosh. Wow. What are you ringing up with? Listen, yes, we would like to see the art manifest. Yes, we do. Unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, faith, and yes, Naguzo Saba. All right. Naguzo Saba is electricity. What you doing? That done gone somewhere else. You know what I mean? What I mean? Silly girl. Check the kids. I was speaking regale of Street Meat Company to the matriarch and Street Meat Company branches. We have True Amelioration, Naguzo Saba, Tulip, Blog Talk Radio, and Kite Society. But she's like, oh, I also wanted to say, Street Meat Company, let me make sure I say it slow. Goodness. So she stated to me, I want to work with Africa, and I want to work on the effort of Africa and the expression of the African people. I want, her thing was that she really wants to see the Africans, I guess, look differently. And I ain't gonna feel me, huh? Some of these things that we see, I ain't gonna feel to she was like, well, the Asians fight the Asians, and here it is, the Morenos and the Indians fight the Indians, and yeah, here it is, then the American people, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, hold on. Okay, you talking about these people fighting themselves, so if you're like okay with them other people fighting themselves, and I ain't gonna feel you, what? Why in the world are we fighting anyway? For what? Yes, Naguzo Saba, baby. Okay. What? So anyway, if you know, the question at this point really says, I want to express, how many of you really know any African? I ask a question. How many of these people in America know any of the Africans? How many of them actually know where the African embassies are? How many of them know and do business with the Africans? Yes, I know Fatima, she does your hair. But how many of them really knows what's going on in Ghana? I'm not saying that we haven't had people who've actually established in different places. I'm not arguing with that. But since they've been over there, what kind of business have they brought forth? Not just the artwork. Tell us about the government and how that thing is functioning and Yes, I saw that information too in regards of them giving us dual citizenship. Now, when I tell you about Kai Society and what that means in terms of immigration, I mean just that. We do have people who have, what? You know what I mean, what I mean? We ain't gonna go there, right? So anyway, just looking at this. Okay, if you know any of the Africans, where do, where do, where do they come from? And have you visited Africa? Okay? So when we start talking about establishing relationships with the Africans, and yet here it is, the relationship set, what we see, even on the Pan-African, no, it seems kind of, no, it just looks like a look. I mean, it doesn't really seem as thick as some people may think. You have people who feel like they want to embrace the culture, and blessings, I know, did. Okay. It seems like people want to embrace the culture and everything, but I don't think that they established a relationship. I don't think that they've done that. You know, we have some people, because, you know, on the African Union, what is that thing? Not the bylaws, but the Constitution. It states that anybody in the African community or the diaspora, that, you know, they will listen in on some of the things that we have to communicate to try to help improve the relationships of the African people in the international community. Okay, now I don't know if that's based on color, if that's just based on the Africans. Now, I just a question. And I'm an Onyx woman, honey. I ain't gonna fib to you, honey. What? I'm American, okay? Now, I know that here it is. There were some people trying to have us upgrade from from black to say African American. Don't get it twisted. We embrace that. But if I have to define me, I'm an onyx woman, a swarthy woman in the of the universe. Not in the universe, but of the universe. An onyx woman of the universe. Swarthy in state. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. So what I wonder if how is that defined and what is the interpretation to tell you the truth, it makes me wonder. I understand we may have some, are we doing, don't get me misunderstood. What is the relationships and the finance, and here it is, the commerce that we possess in Africa? That would be including, here it is, yes, World Bank and IMF too. We are Americans, honey. Those interests belong to us, and we have every right to protect that. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Don't get it twisted. Anyway, I don't think that these people spent that kind of time inquiring about that. Anyway, yes, she's an elder, and I'm listening, okay? Hold on, please. You know, sometimes I wonder, are any of these people listening? Hello? All right. My assumption is clear that yes, they are, okay? Anyway, she's an elder. Matriarch. What is the issue? Matriarch. Yes, we need to call her and tell her like a TI is. She said, I want to see our professional assist the African people to liberation. Huh? We are. We're doing that. How many people do you know that is Jamaican? And they, maybe assist in the various missions. Okay? How many of them actually, the doctors, the lawyers, and I know that, don't get it twisted, the Jamaican people have been bigging up Africa just like that. Okay? All right. So the people, the Jamaicans, have been bigging up Africa like that. So she was like, okay, well, here it is, the Ethiopians. And I said, well, most of them Ethiopians will go to Jamaica. But yet they hold Judah. Okay? Like here it is, they're trailblazing Judah. Oh, here it is, this is our people, we do this, they have the right. Whoa. Now that here it is, we looking like we look. Oh, here it is, and them people, them, and I have to, let me just intercept really quick. You know, like I said, I'm an honest woman, and I have, you know, my child, she's just looking at me. She came over here today. She's cutting up because I walked outside. I had my little summer dress on, and, you know, I mean, you know, kind of looking homey and everything like that. But she just got so frustrated because she wanted to base certain things on how I was looking. I don't know what the hell she was going through. What? I had to ask him, have you told her what your people look like? Why is she acting like that? Oh, good. I'm like, honey, it wouldn't matter if mama come out there with a tutu. As long as you know you love your mama, what's the issue? Okay. I'm like, what's really going on? Did she know what your people look like? That was the question. Anyway, we have United Nations, we have AFRICOM, AFRICARE, etc. I ain't gonna flip to you. I said Fort McPherson should have went to the AUC, and yes, we should have, AUC should have adopted Fort McPherson, and yes, I'll put in Fort Gilliam too, but we should have had Fort McPherson as a school, okay? They shouldn't go over there and mess with that at all, okay? And yes, we should have, you know, had a mix where people are studying their students and the reality of the army, okay? The military, yes. And we should house the AFRICOM account. Yes. Huh. Anyway, AfriCare. Anyway, do you know about Doctors Without Borders? Marcus Garvey wanted us to have this and that. He was an entrepreneur, so they say. Yes, Mom. Are we working on any of the projects that was suggested or that he wanted to make an effort, or are we these people just talking? Well, I don't know. Yeah, you heard it right. You know, they talk in. Okay. Let's talk it over. Okay. And yes, we have to, no, heck no. We keep on working. Keep on doing the do. Blessings. Boom. Not negative stuff, but remember, negative can be positive. But you know what I'm expressing. There's nothing wrong for us to care for us and build and establish relationships. Not only with, here it is, a color. Wow, really? N-O-I is U-N-I-A. I know. Yes, really it is. Okay. Anyway, so I asked her, I said, well, can you make some phone calls? Can you do this? Don't get it twisted. Oh, don't tell me you want to talk about Africa, because just before I came over here to this community for the youth and the elders, I was talking to this man over there at the Westgate Plaza, a Gambian. Gosh, it was somewhere else. And I asked him, I said, wow, wouldn't it be good if we could start a travel agency where we can have ports of call from the United States over to Africa? Yes, it would be good. And so I thought of the Gulas. You know, the Gulas, the Gitchis. Are y'all familiar with that? Here it is, the 40 acres and a mule. You know, it went everywhere else. But everybody's kind of familiar with the Geechees, right? The Gula, 40 acres and a mule. Well, they have Queen Ket over there. Well, with the Queen, maybe if we establish a relationship with her and then talk, you know, communicate with her the idea, the scope of having a travel, an opportunity to travel where people will go through, you know, South Carolina, you know, do some business, create a business, etc. And then here it is, maybe even have people travel from Africa. We do have some American people over there. We do have some Europeans over there, Asian people. You know, they will probably like that little cruise going for the island that's in, because they have an island. It means like 2-3 islands that sit in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so that can become a port of call. Don't play. Okay. We can start travel agency across the Atlantic okay, to the English-speaking countries. Okay, we'll call it Ebonics. Yay! Okay, so we can start a travel agency across the Atlantic to the English-speaking or the Ebonic-speaking countries. Okay? All right. Now, we can get in contact with the Gulas, the Geechees, and speak with Queen Ket. Now, I may be pronouncing her name incorrectly, but you know what? A beautiful woman with a beautiful view of her people. Okay? Our people. And that would be really good if we can establish that. And when you look at some of that stuff is kind of not what is it called? Um Meshland or something like that. I think it's called Meshland. And for some reason she's like, well, the water. I was just looking at some of the stuff that she had there on YouTube, and I was like, well, to tell you the truth, you could probably put some sand and some of that stuff, and it would fill it up. You know, some of those areas is kind of, because it's maybe low, it made me wonder if they do any of their environment a certain kind of way where they know exactly the depth, the deepness of each area of the territory that they have. You understand where I'm coming from? So what kind of fishes and stuff is over there? Now we're talking about environment. What kind of fishes is over there? How deep is the water? Yes, DEPTH for some of those who did not catch it. I did not say the other thing. Do not run with me. Anyway, moving right along. But if they went out there and they did the sticks, how much of that could be beach area? What areas can be ported? Do they drive their boats and stuff over there? How can, when we make it an attraction area, what's the investment, okay? Yes, it's possible, okay? Yes, 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 okay? So the thing is can we communicate with the Ebonic-speaking countries and try to establish certain relationships with them? So what is the Ebonic-speaking country? We have Gambia, we have Liberia, there's Nigeria and Ghana. Ivory Coast, they still speak French, and the Senegal, they do too. But to create the travel ports, oh, that would be good. Yay! Not only tourism for them, but, travel for us too. And for the Gulas, so they could raise money and all that kind of stuff. All that is really a swell idea, okay? So I sent some information to a few people who consider themselves to be in the international market. I did mention that to Ross Marvin. I was on the conference call. You have some people saying, well, we got to first work on this. And I'm like, I ain't going to fib to you. We have to have something tangible to communicate so that it can have other people interested in it, okay? So, again, I mean, we can communicate this, that, and the other, but we need to still talk with Queen Ket and see if, what information, this, that, and the other, blase, blase. But can it work? Yes, it can work. Anyway, what else? I did submit some information to a few people. Let me see if there's some little notes. Okay, I mentioned that streetmeet.biz, streetmeetup.com. Yes, we're looking for people to pay anywhere from $50 to $60 per month for donation and more. We encourage our members to donate, okay? There's reason for that. Creating employment and travels through the Atlantic Ocean, family of the Africanus, okay? All right, ports of call. There are several ports of call there. And if you want to know more about the Geechees, you can find them at www.gullah, G-U-L-L-A-H, Gullah, Geechee, Geechee, nation.com. Okay? And then there also is www.gullah, official Gulah, G-U-L-L-A-H, Geechee, Geechee .info. Yes, we speak Ebonics. Okay, don't get it twisted. You know, back in the day with Ebonics, all them kids and children, they didn't speak some Ebonics. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes, I done went somewhere else. I did say what I said, but that wasn't fact. Goodness gracious, yes. We speak Ebonics. Anyway, it is www.official Gulah Geechee info. Gulah, G-U-L-L-A-H, Geechee, G-E-E-C-H-E-E. Yes, they have a chiefess. Yes. You know, matter of fact, some of the dances seem familiar to those of us in the Caribbean as well as the African, or Latin America, rather. Okay? All right, you people. Thanks for joining Street Meet the Point, listening audience, and hope to have your support. We accept donations, crowdfunding support, and your participation. Now, crowdfunding, I am on, what is that? Street Meet Company is on Fund for Me. So when I say crowdfunding is to gain support for GoFundMe. That's what it's called, GoFundMe. I will make sure exactly. But GoFundMe, when I speak about crowdfunding support, okay, and participation, is under Street Meet, and I'll provide that information maybe mañana. Everyone is valuable in your participation to help yourself, your community, your family, local, state, region, federal, and global community relies on the many people that contribute to it being an effective structure. Yes, people. Thanks again. Okay, I don't know. This is some kind of run. Thanks again. Oh, yeah. Aviation. Okay, yes. I wrote Keisha Bottoms about aviation. I did get in contact with her office, Mr. Collins and also Miss Ruffin. I submitted a letter, and the letter in itself really was, I submitted some information with some links to some people or elders who may have an interest in the aviation. It's time to upgrade people, yes. We can try to house a little small regional airline, okay? Yes. I'm like, wow, really? What's really going on? Yes, we should be able to house that in the regional area, like we have Charlie Brown Airport. So I submitted that information to them too. I did submit some information, blessings, to, I don't know, these people talking about byline. Did y'all know vine means succeed and success? Okay. There's just so much for us to be concerned, but to have these people feel like they just want, it's just because we're concerned. And the thought prior to that is that when the matriarch was talking to me, and she was like, well, I want to make sure our people is okay. And I was like, I know that's right, but here it is. If we're talking about creating business, really, y'all? Come on, y'all. It's like, for real, really? Which is sheltering. What? Okay. Listen, yes, we can work, people. It's okay. And yes, we are thankful we are working. Don't let nobody think we're not. What? Okay. Wow. Over here, did you see how much power you give to them? I'm like, give to who? What? Wow. Really? Anyway, yes, so aviation and maritime, I submitted some information today. Like we can create a travel agency. We can get Charlie Brown in the regional airports, the little small airports, and do some transportations here and there, small transport services, okay? Create a little bus system. I was looking at some of the I want to say some of the manufacturing um, plants in Detroit, Michigan. Now, and the curiosity, not curiosity, excuse me, but the curiosity was, do Michigan State actually do logistics, not logistics, but manufacturing? Like Georgia Tech, they have a manufacturing, R&D aspect of business. And so it just made me wonder if Detroit, Michigan, or Michigan State have the same thing. Because if we were to create that vehicle, not but when we create that vehicle, or when we create the vehicle, I think I would want that to go up there to Michigan and be built there. Okay, now I did talk about Africa. Oh, I want the Africans and all that kind of stuff. And then I was just thinking about Latin America. But it really can be housed here. But some people may think that, I don't know, in terms of the cost of money, they'll get our parts made in another country. We have to consider all these factors when we're considering business, okay? So a lot of these parts and stuff are being built in other places because of business and maybe the cost of paying people to build and construct some of the manufacturing materials that is needed, okay? But wow, you guys, really? Going back to that, yes. Do any of you guys know any Africans? And then what is your relationship with the Africans? It's just a question, okay? Because there was a time that I was like, man, the Africans should have already created $1, one currency throughout the entire Africa. And it's like, well, you have these people, what relationships have they trying to, evolve or engaged with? Okay? But one currency should have already go through the continent of Africa. Blessings. Boy, and it's just the truth. They have, matter of fact, even if they were to do maybe 2 or 3 countries, and then unite those countries, then here it is, with one currency, then maybe 2 or 3 other countries, and unite their currency. The whole, in terms of region. But they haven't even done that. And then when you look at it, it's like, for real. What is the relationship between the Americans and the Africans? Okay? Because most of the Africans, their direct relations are with the Europeans. Okay? We can establish a relationship because we also invest in Africa. And yes, we should know all of our investments around the world. Okay. So anyway, FYI, again, I'm going to reread this, and it says, thanks for joining Street Meet, the Point listening audience, and hope to have your support. We do accept donations. We are on GoFundMe, which is a crowdfunding support, and your participation. Yes, we want you to participate on Street Meet's calendar, okay? Meetup.com calendar. Everyone is valuable. Yes, you are. Yes, we are. Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, wow. And your participation to help yourself, your being, our being, family, community, being, not the being, anyway. Community, local, state, region, federal, and global community relies on the many people that contribute to it being an effective structure. Next again, please visit www.streetmeet.biz and our connect partner, www.meetup.com/meet. Okay, good night.
Des mots, des enfants, Dunia, raconte des histoires.